In this video, I'm going to show you the exact system that I would use today as of November 2025 to get 10 clients extremely quickly paying $1,000 per month with GoHighLevel without spending a fortune. Now, I'm going to show you the offer I run. I'll tell you the markets that I would go into. I will tell you how we deliver on the service, and I'll also tell you the lead generation process. I'm going to take you behind the scenes in all of that. So I'll take you through this document. I've got a few different tabs in front of me here that I'm going to walk you through one by one. But first of all, we're going to tackle the offer stack. Now, when we think about bringing on clients, we don't want it to be taxing in any way, right? We want it to be simple, we want it to be easy, and we want to make sure that we're not spending all of our time getting stuck in the weeds of client delivery. Too many people do that. Too many people become stuck in delivering for the client. So you need to have a very simple system that works automatically behind the scenes. The client comes on board and pays, is onboarded very, very quickly, if not automatically. And then the fulfillment system happens in the background. That's what you want to do. So you can focus on building up very sticky, low maintenance, recurring income. And this is exactly what I would do. So I'm looking at AI systems, first of all, that I can easily plug into a business. I don't want complicated at all. I've been there, I've done that. I do not want complicated. I want simple. I want plug and play, where I can deliver a result quickly. And that's super important because honestly, it makes your life so much easier if you can simply deliver a result extremely quickly. I want it to be a no-brainer offer as well. Now, I'm going to let you inside the portfolio stack our lab license owners have access to. All of these systems are pre-built. So these are the systems that I'm going to be choosing from, and there's a reason for that. It's because they are the systems that work, right? That's why we've put them together as a portfolio, as you can see down here. Now, these are all pre-built systems. All they have to do is go out there and sell. They don't have to think about the fulfillment, the delivery. They're all pre-built. The customer is onboarded. The systems are working in the background for them. There's no spending hours or building teams or any of that. They can simply go out there and focus on selling. Now, at this moment in time, the license holders pay $97 per month to license all of these systems. Not one of them. They don't have to pay for each. As you'll see, there's 6 different systems here. They get all of these systems, and they get all of the software to do it with too. Not in addition. It's not an additional cost. That's what they pay. And I'm telling you this for transparency, right? Complete transparency. That is what I'm choosing from. And the reason I'm choosing from it is because it works. So they pay $97 per month to license all of these systems, not individually, the entire portfolio, including all of the software that they need for it. This means all they have to do is focus on getting customers. That's it. Imagine that. Imagine the only thing you had to do in business was go get customers. This is what I'm going to show you. Now, the return on investment here, when you think about it, if they get one single client, it's a 10x return on investment because the service price we're going to be charging for one of these is about $1,000 per month. So they get one customer, one single client for these no-brainer offers, and you're going to see why they're no-brainer in a few seconds. It's a 10x return on investment. It's ridiculous. If they get 10 clients, which is what we're targeting, 10 clients, it's a ridiculous return on investment. So I'm choosing one or a few of these services combined together. We've got the AI agency, the AI-powered follow-up agency, the AI voice, which is like an AI employee, AI chatbots, AI review management, and digital course in a day. And in this one as well, we can do the referral flywheel too. So what do these actually mean? What does this portfolio actually mean? Well, the AI agency, this is where they're building websites and sales funnels in 24 hours for a business. 24 hours A to Z, all done through AI. The AI-powered follow-up agency, this is where we maximize the lifetime value of a customer through nurture and repeat sales. We install the nurture system into a business, we plug it in, and it works. AI voice is like an AI employee. So we install the system, it answers calls and it converts customers for them. AI chatbots, sort of self-explanatory here. We install this on their website and it converts customers through the chat function. AI review management and the referral flywheel. We're maximizing the number of reviews and creating this system of referrals all automatically. And finally, one of my favorites, digital course in a day. So we can build a complete expert level digital course in 24 hours for a business. And then we host it for them, right? And I can tell you firsthand, because Teachable, right, they charge huge amounts now, $500 per month just for the software, not courses, nothing like that. Just the software, right? Just this is ridiculous. And Kajabi are not far off that either. So what we can do is we can actually build an entire digital course in 24 hours and host it for them. And we can charge different prices for each of these, right? I'm going to show you how we charge $1,000 per month for a selection of them. But for example, this, imagine an offer where you could charge $100 per month. They get their courses built. They get all their hosting, all their students, their customers on the platform, and they only pay $100 a month instead of $400, $500. It's a no-brainer, right? Complete no-brainer for them. So for this particular example, this particular structure, I'm choosing a very specific target market. And now, as an example, let's say I'm targeting med spas. Now, there are a number of different target markets you could go for. The secret behind choosing the target market is actually lifetime value. So it doesn't really matter what type of target market we go for, as long as the niche has lifetime value. That's the secret. So I'll show you how I put this together. Now remember, before we progress, all the services that we're covering here are simple. They're plug and play revenue drivers. They're super simple, super easy. You don't have to figure out how to do it all. It's all pre-built, and you can focus on getting customers who are going to pay you every month. So let's dive in. Now this document here, this is our Q3, Q4 fast launch blueprints. This is something we released at the midpoint of Q3 into Q4. And this was the goal to, or the fast track to reaching 18,000 per month before Christmas, which is just coming up now. And this is what let me just move myself here so you can see. Even at a 50% success rate with this, they could hit 10,000 per month in monthly recurring income by Christmas. The system has been designed to be as plug and play as possible. The goal is to simply install this system. Now, the reason I'm showing you this document is because of what you're about to see next. You're going to see how I put those different services that I mentioned all together. The offer I would recommend would be an easy to say yes to offer to simply build momentum and create that sticky income. So $1,000 per month contracts, very clean cut, pretty clean and simple, $1,000 per month. And as you're going to see, there's a huge return on investment for not you, for you as well, but more importantly, the end customer, right? So you want to deliver results for the client. This delivers a crazy return on investment for them. And then of course, that delivers a crazy return on investment for you. So you've got happy customers, happy clients, you're happy as well. It's a win-win. So this was for a med spa as an example here. This is how we put these together. These are the three services we're going to focus on here, right? You've got your AI-powered follow-up system. So that's the nurture sequences. Customer comes in, we get them buying 3-4 times per year, which multiplies that one customer by 4. So they're automatically making money. We've got the AI database reactivation. This is where they are taking all the old lists of leads. And also I would group promotional cycles like Black Friday, Christmas, etc. Promotional cycles into this package as reactivation. I consider it much the same, right? We're reactivating old customers, but also taking existing customers and running promotional sequences for them. So we're driving additional revenue from what they already have. And then the referral/reviews AI. What we're doing is we're turning every customer that comes in into 1.5 customers. So they bring half a customer without having to actually spend any money on ads or anything like that. So basically these businesses are having a system where they're making more money from their existing customers, maximizing the lifetime value, and also acquiring new customers without having to pay for them. That's a beautiful scenario, right? It's a beautiful scenario. They don't have ad spend, they don't have any of that to deal with, but we can still get them new customers. And the reason I've built this into the business portfolio, is because businesses always want new customers. And if we focus only on follow-up and reactivation, yes, we will get customers that will make them money, but there's always going to be that segment of the market that want new customers, fresh, exciting stuff, right? So what we do is we build it in. Instead of them having to invest in advertising, we can just build new customers from what they already have without any ad spend. So of course we can scratch that itch, really. So that's the complete automation. Now, this leads and customers component, just to cover this off, this is their existing customers. This is customers who walk in the door. Again, med spas we're talking about here, just as an example. Customers who walk in the door, customers they already have, customers that find them online, all of them, they all go into these sequences here. So it works with everything. It doesn't matter where the customer comes from. Any customer that comes in, it multiplies them. And that's the beauty of it. It makes more from what they already have. And if you watch any of the other videos on my channel, you'll see if we don't have to change something for a business owner, if we don't have to have them doing something different to what they already do, it's much easier for them to say yes to you for a new service, because we don't have to change behavior. What are we doing here? I'm not changing behavior. Their behavior stays the same. They do the same thing with their leads and customers. We take care of the back end, multiplying what they already have. That's the beauty of it. So have a look at this. If a med spa has 100 Botox patients per month, which is quite common, let's say they've been in business for 3 years, again, quite common, that's 3,600 total customers on their list. And that's relatively average numbers. 100 per month is quite common. So they've got 3,600 people on their existing list. Now, the average order value, so the cost of a Botox treatment in a med spa, is about $500 per time. Usually, you might find cheaper, you might find more expensive. So it's roughly around about there. Now, cold traffic converts at 6% usually for our funnels. Warm traffic converts at 10% for our funnels. And we're going to be very conservative here, and we're going to only convert at 2%. So a reactivation campaign, this part up here, the reactivation campaign, we walk in the door, we want to get them quick results. Let's say we get 2% of 3,600 customers, right? This is not cold leads. These are people who have come in the door, they have paid money, they have had a treatment. Can we convert 2% of those people who have already had a positive experience with the business into coming back in again? Yeah, we can. 72 customers that results in. 72 customers times the $500 average order value up here, that produces $36,000 in revenue straight away. Then we've got the repeat visits. So with our follow-up system over here, we can get 75% of these customers, the 72 customers, back in for 3 visits per year, because we're nurturing them all the time, all year long. Nurture, nurture, nurture. So that means out of the 72, we've got 54 coming back in 3 times per year. That's at $500 each time. That's $81,000 in additional revenue we've generated. One thing we haven't even mentioned here, that I haven't even calculated in this, the referrals, right? We can increase their customer base by 50% just by using referral marketing. So very, very powerful. And the reason we can say this is because one customer might not bring in anybody, but one customer might bring in three people. So the average is one customer brings in an extra half of a customer. That's our target. Half a customer. Not even one. One customer becomes 1.5, which means they bring in half an extra person. So they're paying $1,000 per month to you. That's $12,000 per year. They have generated $117,000 by doing this, and we haven't even looked at the referrals. Also remember that every referral goes through this system as well. Multiplier effect. So We've generated a ridiculous 9.75 times return on investment here. A ridiculous number. It becomes a no-brainer, right? Of course they want to do this. Of course they want to keep doing this. Hardly costs them anything, makes them a lot of money. And that's the beauty of it. So we've got a list here of the inputs that you have to do to get started. But really what we want to look at now is taking that offer and generating customers. How would we do that? We do this through outreach, right? We're going to run cold emails, but cold emails with a twist. The twist is what will make or break the success of this. There's a little magical thing that we do in the middle of cold emails that changes everything. So what we're looking for is we're looking for 1,200 emails per month. So 50 emails, 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, 4 weeks, 1,200 emails. At a 2% booking rate, I experience 5 to 6% booking rates. But a 2% booking rate, that's 24 sales calls. You might think, well, how can I get cold emails to book at 2%? I can only get 0.5%. Not the way we send them. And I'm going to show you what we do in a few minutes. Now, at a 25% close rate, it probably will be higher than this simply because it's only $1,000 a month. The return is really high. There's no additional ad spend. You're probably closing higher than this. But at 25% close rate, out of 24 calls, that's 6 new customers. Now, what we've done here is the 25%. Of course, sometimes you're going to have no-shows on calls. I think you'll close closer to 30% minimum. So what we've done is we've accounted for those no-shows just by reducing this close rate a little bit. That gives us the 6 customers. 6 at $1,000 per month, $6,000 per month, right? We do that for 1.5, just over 1.5 months. You've got your 10K right there. All we've done is send the emails. And in 3 months, 90 days from now, 90 days. So we've got November, December, January. By the end of January, you continue doing this. You'll start the year or end the first month of the year with 6 clients at $6,000 per month. That's $18,000 per month with a very sticky service. November, December, January, right? We're coming into New Year resolution time, big booms that we see during those times. So it's a prime time to be doing these things. So that's how we would do it. This is going past the 10K per month, but if you just do half of it, you get to the 10K around about, right? You'd be 9,000, but you do a little bit more than half, you'll get to 10K. That's the reality. That's all we have to do. I mean, imagine. And one thing I want to point out actually before I continue is this is not the same as closing three $5,000 deals or 4 $5,000 deals. It is not the same. Because of the service nature, because we've got something that the business cannot turn off, they're going to keep paying it, right? So your retention is going to be 3, 6, 12 months. That means that isn't $18,000, that's $18,000 per month. Month 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right? Look at the income build up. But that's the secret. Now, the only non-negotiable here is you must send 50 emails per day. You must send them. Now, it's very heavily automated. The way we send emails, the way we do things, heavily automated. I'm going to take you into this here. This is a little diagram I drew up about 15 minutes ago. So bear with me. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I wanted to get you a visual of what this looks like before I take you behind the scenes and show you what it actually looks like. So these are the secrets of cold email, the way we send them. So the first step is we never, ever send generic emails. Ever. That's the golden rule. Never. What we're going to do is we're going to send hyper-personalized emails. Hyper-personalized emails here. In order to get hyper-personalized emails, and I'm going to show you here what this looks like, but in order to get these hyper-personalized emails, instead of having to research every single prospect individually, we can do this for thousands of prospects at the click of a button, right? That's the difference. Now, let's say you had lived in Tokyo for 3 years working in a past life. And I have not done that. I have not lived in Tokyo. But let's say someone was trying to get our attention. If somebody sent me an email, or sent you an email rather, saying, hey, I noticed you lived in Tokyo for 3 years. I've always wanted to go there. I love how it looks, the culture, everything. What was your experience? What did you think of it? You're going to pay attention, right? Because they couldn't send that to me. It wouldn't make any sense. I have not lived in Tokyo. But you did. So you're going to pay attention because clearly they've done their research about you. But here's the problem. If you were to do this yourself, it would take you forever to do it. Or if you pay someone else to do it, it's going to cost you about $700 just to get the personalizations for 1,000 emails on a good day. I would actually say it's probably closer to 700 with perfect efficiency, but we all know people are not 100% efficient. Assistants are not efficient. So it's probably closer to $1,000 for 1,000 emails. That's very expensive because we want to be sending 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 emails at this level. And as you can imagine, the cost starts to rack up. So we're going to do this using AI, right? Not just any AI, a special AI. So all we have to do to process and research, imagine we could research thousands of leads in milliseconds to that level, right? Where researchers their background, researchers what they do, their experience, and it creates something based on their pain points that's going to grab their attention. But in order to do this, all we have to do is get leads from any source. It could be a list builder on Upwork. It could be Apollo. It could be D7 Lead Finder. It could be, there's a whole bunch of them. I think there's one called I can't quite recall the name. Oh, it's Cold System or something, I think it's called. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of these lead platforms. Any one of them works. As long as it gives you the email of the business and their website, that's all you need. So any lead platform, you just download your big list of leads, thousands at a time. Seconds it takes you to do that. Then we're going to click a button. I'm going to show you the button in a few seconds. You click a button to generate your email copy, a 3-part sequence, right? But there's a twist again. What you want to do is you want to enter the market you want to target. So for example, med spas. You want to enter the service that you have, and then you click the button, and then it magically creates your 3-part sequence by researching the industry, the most common pain points they have, and it creates the email sequence for you. So it taps into their pain. You're going to upload that lead list that we generated here to the system, and I'm going to show you. You're going to click the button, and it's going to hyper personalize all these leads for you in seconds. Researching their backgrounds, researching their pain, creating a custom paragraph for every single lead that's custom and unique to them in seconds. Then you combine the email copy, you combine the new lead list with the hyper personalization to any email platform you want. It can be GoHighLevel, it could be Woodpecker, Lemlist, Instantly, whatever you want. Upload the two of them together, start sending automatically. All of a sudden you have this really powerful machine that sends out 50 emails per day for you, completely hyper personalized, and you didn't have to do anything, right? That's the secret. Now, what does a hyper personalized email look like? Here's an example. This is from our page. A generic email usually has a booking rate of 0.2%. Usually it's just, we help companies like such and such, that's their personalization, get more leads with their full service marketing, blah, blah, blah. Not very good. Boring, generic. We don't even want to read this. A hyper-personalized email is this one over here. Now, as I said, I get 5-6% booking rates, but say 2% booking rate is an average. That's 10 times higher. All we did was click a button. That's it. Now, this is the personalization here. I noticed that company name's webinar on scaling consulting revenue in 2025 drew over 500 registrants last week. From the comments and engagement, it looks like the topic resonated strongly with your ICP of mid-sized B2B firms. The challenge, here comes the problem, as you know, is that a large percentage of registrants drift away after the event and never convert into conversations, leaving a lot of revenue on the table. So it taps into what they've done. So this is custom. I couldn't send that to somebody else, right? They didn't have a webinar. Then it taps into the pain. It predicts the pain they're going to have. So it basically hits them where it hurts. But to generate this, we clicked the button. That was it. We processed this looks completely unique, as if we'd actually researched the person. All we did was upload a list of thousands, and it created it in seconds for thousands of people, right? That's the power. That's how we achieve the meetings. That's how we get the meetings booked. That's how we materialize all of this. And this is what it looks like. So there's demos and whatnot here, but basically you upload your list. First of all, you can create your email copy here. So you put your niche in, you put your product offering, and it's going to research it, and you hit the button and it creates your 3-part sequence for you. Then you create a project and you upload your lead list here. This unlocks after you've created your project here. So you upload, you can either put one in, you can upload lots of them, you can even upload a spreadsheet of data, thousands at a time. And what you do is you come down here, you hit initiate scan, and it puts all your leads with personalization here. Then you download the list, upload it to any email platform you want. Done. That's it. That's all you have to do. And you can even train it. So you can actually, if you want it to focus in certain areas, if you want it to focus or sound a certain way, more conversational, whatever you please, you can actually train it in your style if you want to. But again, you don't have to. It's pre-trained, right? But you can give it your own little spin if you want to as well. And that's the secret. So all we do is download the lead list. We get our email copy from here by entering our niche, our service offering. We take that lead list, upload it here, usually by a spreadsheet. We hit initiate scan, gives us the list back, feeds it back to us, same format, first name, last name, email, and company name, and then the personalization as well. Then we export the data all at once. We take our email copy from up here, combine it onto Woodpecker, GoHighLevel, Instantly, Lemlist, whatever you want to, and hit send. Thousands of emails processing at a time. That's the magic. And just have a look at this here. So if we want to calculate how many sales calls we can book, we can see here if you can also edit the input. So if you're got your step 1, you select your booking rate. So you average 2%, strong conservative. You can select your show rate of appointments, so the ones that show up. You can enter the service price. You can enter your close rate, and it will actually tell you exactly if you, and the sliding scale is how many emails that you want to send. So if you want to send 2,000, let's say 1,500 emails we want to send, slide that to 1,500. That will do 1,502, and that tells us we're going to be paying 14 cents per lead. Our total, so basically we are going to send 1,500 emails. We're going to book 30 sales calls. We're going to get 22 to show up. We're going to close 6.8 deals. The cost for doing this, the AI cost, is $200. We're going to generate $6,759, which is $6,500 in profit per month. Now, after month 1, it actually returns to this because you don't have the hyper-personalization cost. So let's say the customer stays for 3 months, which is a very typical retention rate. I would actually expect more. That you've then earned about $19,500 cost you that in AI credits. That's it. This is how we do it. This is how we generate appointments. This is how we generate it all on autopilot because I don't have to be doing anything, right? I set this up once, I click the buttons, I launch, it sends every day for me automatically. And then, of course, the service delivery is automated, which if you want me to cover the service delivery, what that looks like, let me know in the comments. I'm coming up in I think for 28 minutes on this video, so it's a bit of a long one, and I don't want to, I want to make sure you're sharp if you're watching the video, because I know I'm going through technical stuff a little bit, so I want to make sure you're sharp. So I'm going to stop here. If you have any questions, if you want to know the fulfillment side of this, I can do a video on it. Just let me know in the comments and I can do it. But if you like this content, if this resonates with you, make sure you like the video. It doesn't cost you anything to do so, but it really helps me understand what you like, what you don't like. Questions, comment them, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. This is a growing channel. We're just building up. Anything you want to see, let me know. I'm happy to take recommendations. And if you want more information on this stuff, you can get it. But this is exactly what I would do to generate $10,000 as fast as possible using GoHighLevel with very minimal costs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.